Massachusetts Speaker of the House, Ron Mariano, is our guest this morning. Let's go on the record. He has been a fixture on Beacon Hill for more than 3 decades, stepping into the role as Speaker in the middle of the pandemic and seeing the historic election of the first women and openly gay person to be elected governor here in Massachusetts. Let's go on the record.
From WCVB Channel 5, the inside word from Washington to Beacon Hill. Today's newsmakers are going on the record.
Welcome to OTR, everyone. I'm Ed Harding, along with News Center 5's political reporter Sharmin Sacchetti. It's great to have you with us this morning. And with us at the table, as you can see, is the Speaker, Ron Mariano. He has been the House leader since 2020, and as we mentioned, been in the House for, 3 decades, right? Yeah. But he's no stranger. A little over, but he's no stranger to Beacon Hill. As a Democrat from Quincy, Mariano first took office as a state rep in 91, holds degrees from Northeastern and BU. It's great to have you with us, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Speaker. Nice to see you. So the new state auditor has announced plans to audit the state legislature, and this is something that hasn't been done in a century or so. You're denying that, however. Tell us why.
Well, we received a letter from the auditor, and I wanted to research the whole question and find out exactly what the Constitution said and what the law said about the powers that she has in the Constitution. And after a little bit of time researching it with my House counsel, we've decided that she really doesn't have the authority that she's claiming in the letter that she sent us. If you look at, we are 2 separate branches of government. She's in the executive and I'm in the legislative. And we are charged by the Constitution to create our own rules, and we do that. And in our rules, we are audited every year by an outside professional auditing firm. All of that is available in the clerk's office with a phone call. We also keep all our expenditures on the open checkbook account on the internet, where it's on time. As we spend money, it's entered into the open checkbook, and you can monitor where we spend our money. So those are the things that she's claiming she wants access to, and that she has the authority to get. And we made our own rules, in which we're charged by the Constitution to do, and we feel that we're doing more than she would be able to do. She would audit us probably every 3 years, which is what she's doing now, what the past auditors have done. We get audited every year.
So what's next? Now that you've gone ahead and denied this, what's next?
Well, it's up to her.
Can she take you to court?
Well, she can certainly try and take us to court, but I would hope that she'd reconsider and spending taxpayers' money on a campaign promise that may or may not be doable has never made much sense to me. But we'll see what she decides to do.
The audit of 1922 does not establish precedent?
No.
No?
No.
Why does it not?
No, because the auditor's office, as it's designed today, didn't exist that way. All it was a financial accounting of expenditures, which we do on open checkbook. Mm-hmm. It's every expenditure that we make is entered into the open checkbook account.
So you understand how optics are in this business. So if you say no, the natural reaction might be, well, what are they hiding? Well, why not? Okay, so it's available online. Why not go through it anyway?
Well, because there are many opportunities to misinterpret information. We present the facts. The professional audit is done by an outside company that has no connection to the auditor, who I have authority over the auditor's budget. So there are inherent conflicts when you start crossing the executive branch with the legislative branch or the judicial branch. And the Constitution is designed to not allow those interferences. If you read the John Adams quote in the Constitution, it says specifically that the judiciary won't interfere with the legislative and the executive. And it says the executive will not interfere with the legislative
So you think she's just overstepping her authority here?
I believe so.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. You know, she won a statewide election, worked very hard, and thinks that maybe she's uber powerful, that she can audit anything.
Uber powerful.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what she hopes to accomplish with this, but we'll see. We'll see.
Do you think, let me ask you one last thing. Do you think the law should be changed to allow?
No.
Why not?
No.
No, because we operate independently, and we're judged on what we do. I don't need someone with a political agenda who's in the executive branch passing judgment on me as the Speaker of the House. I mean, I'll let the people who pass judgment on me are the people I have to ask for their vote every 2 years, as opposed to her every 4 years. But we stand in front of everyone every 2 years.
Obviously, this item is going to continue to go on. But our next topic is what Governor Healy has proposed, which is community college be tuition free for anyone 25 and older. The Senate President has proposed it for any high school graduate. Can the state afford it?
That's a great question. We're not sure. We're not sure yet. We haven't seen the proposal on paper. So right away, I get a little suspicious when we have all these great ideas and no one puts a cost associated with it, and that's problematic. You know, we had some good times, and the ARPA money was flowing. That seems to be over with. I don't think we're going to get any increased federal money. So we have to begin to be a little bit careful of how we spend our money.
Is the bank of federal money large enough to handle it that we already have?
Well, that's for the American voters to decide if we want to continue on this road or not. But as someone watching the state finances, I'm concerned. We have an inflation rate that no one seems to be able to control. We have an appetite for spending because of federal programs that are getting knocked out. People begin to expect them. We did a SUP budget yesterday. In the SUP budget is the school lunch program that was federally funded, but we're going to fund it. That's an added $161 million to our budget that we never anticipated we had. You know, and we're giving out tax cuts. The governor came in with tax cuts. You know, and we were prepared to do tax cuts, but then 62F came in, and we had a $3 billion expense that we hadn't planned on.
And we are going to get to that. Let's go ahead and talk about the T. We definitely don't have to tell you about the series of problems the T has been seeing. We're talking about speed restrictions, falling ceiling tiles, derailments, the list goes on. Now, Governor Healy says this is a top priority, but we are still waiting for her to appoint a new general manager, a new transportation safety chief. In your opinion, do you think it's taking too long?
Well, I am happy that she's taking her time to find the best general manager and safety guy that she can find, a woman. I do think it's necessary. This is our opportunity to get it fixed. We've had substandard service. I have 4 stations in my district, all on the red line. It's been a disaster. It is time to get this thing right. So I think she should take her time and interview these folks and put them through the ringer and make sure they have people tough enough to get these things done.
But there are still, what, nearly 1,000 jobs on the T that haven't been filled.
Yeah, well, that speaks to a bigger question that we seem to be having in society. People wanting to change the way they work, not wanting to make that full-time commitment to a job and you know, coming back into the workforce on their terms, which has everyone concerned. If you talk to anyone who's trying to employ people, talk to a hospital administrator about getting anyone to work in a hospital, either a nurse or a technician, they're just not out there.